What's up? It's your girl Kyah, baby, and you are now tuned into the Encore radio show.
The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of
Phone calls outside day, customer on this way, passengers till I pass away, lifestyles of the rich and fake, wasted drugs in an ashtray, smoking loud in that cascade, showing out in that valet, these are lifestyles of the rich and fake. I'm trying to get a Bushini account, my alpha probably talking more than your rent is about, I'm spending money just to make it, we getting it out, but that's the hustle, nigga, guess I just figured it out. Gold on my neck, goals on my check, holes on my dick, foes on the net, niggas think I rose from the dead, put the pressure in, they fold under that, fool niggas only trying to join the code for the DAC, no flash, doing shit that never was possible in the past.
All right, folks, good morning. It's the Encore radio show, live here with Wise.
I.S. Jones.
And, of course, we're here with Kyah, baby.
Kyah, baby.
All right, out of Queens.
Yes.
Oh.
Southside?
Yes.
Southside Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Astoria, so we're kind of neighbors. But we're like in different corners of the borough.
Well, I don't live over in that area anymore, but
okay.
yeah. Yeah, we're probably closer now, I think.
Okay. So, at Kyah, spelled KYAH_baby. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook?
Twitter.
Just
Facebook
Twitter.
is Kyah, baby. It doesn't let me space it out. Just smash together.
Oh.
Damn. And, of course, KyahBaby.com. No underscores. KYAHBABY.com.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tell us a little about yourself, Kyah, baby. You've been out here for a minute. It's been a while,
Yes.
what, like 8-9 years now in terms of
like
rapping?
altogether, yeah.
So
Altogether, I'll say like
talk to
8
us a little about your journey.
Well, it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
As you say, like 8 years, I really wasn't going hard with it
Mhm.
because it was just like a hobby, something to do. I really wasn't going too heavy with it till about, I'll say maybe like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And it's been a long journey. It's a lot to say. That's all I can really, to sum it up, it's been a long journey.
It's funny because even like your natural speaking voice, so I can like tell that you're a rapper on the side. You just have that sort of, the command of your voice just naturally makes you feel like she spits bars for a living. You can just tell.
Well, thank you. I really usually don't get that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
They're not paying
paying attention.
They're not being
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're not paying attention.
I mean,
usually don't
maybe it's
get
because we
that.
do this a
Right?
lot.
True.
Fair
True.
enough. Man. Okay, so I see a super talented MC. Now, do you prefer when people say MC or FMC? Which?
I would prefer an MC because when it comes to females, it's always like we have to be put in a category all the time. And it's like,
though.
who said raps is just for males? Like, who said rapping is just for males?
I like it.
But if it was something I was specifically just for males and then you made a female term for it, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I know that.
All right, thank you. See, that's why I wrote MC and not FMC. But sometimes people a little picky with how they use it.
I don't mind. I use it like hashtags just so, social network these days, but
Yeah.
I'd rather MC.
Good. Folks, MC for females and males, because we all out here rappers, except for me. I don't rap. But anyway, yeah, like, your style is your style. Like, you're very, like, from what I've seen from the outside looking in, you're very like, this is how I do it. This is my style. And, if that's not what you like, then fuck you. Oh, well, this is what I like. Boom. So, but obviously that's my view from the outside
Yeah,
looking
you
in.
got it in a nutshell.
Oh, good. Okay, good. So I'm just that. Is there anything that I missed from Kyah, baby? Anything that you want people to know about you?
No, you got it hit on the nail. My style is my style. I hate when specifically males tell me I should dress a little more sexy. It's like, why?
that the
If you're not gonna like my song, you're not gonna like my song. If I come here in my bra and panties, you don't like my song. You like me. It's a difference. Like, I'm here to make music, not make you attracted to me selling sex. Like, that's not what I'm here for. And it doesn't even match a lot of my songs. Like, how does that even match what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
So
Yeah, to continue that same thread of men acting an ass towards us women in the hip hop industry, do you have any stories that you want to tell us by any chance, or anything, or anything that you've experienced? Because you've been in the game for a minute, and I'm sure you've seen quite a lot.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah,
nobody really never tried me like that.
I feel like because you had that kind of like, I'll fight you, let's go. Like,
you could curse on here?
Yeah.
I was
of
called a
course.
bitch once, and that got handled the very next day.
Oh, good.
I
Then let
called
him
my
know.
uncle, and he was at the studio before I was at the studio, like, to handle, and that got settled. But it was like, I was just playing, but
No,
I don't
you
play like
weren't,
that.
though. That's
Like
so
if I
cute
don't
of
know
you.
you like that, I don't play like that.
Yeah.
You know, so.
All right, bet. So, obviously there are a lot of politics in this industry. It's very touchy. Things can be very touchy. Yeah. And I particularly have a certain disdain for politics in general, for how shicey things can really be. But it's a part of the world that we actually live in. So you've made some public statements that could be pretty damaging for someone, whether it's a young career, an older career. Are you not afraid of like repercussions of that?
A lot of times, which is why it's good for certain artists to have managers. I do say things, and my manager's like, "Oh no, take that down. That's gonna hurt your chance for this or that and the third." But a lot of times, if I strongly feel something, like if I strongly feel a way about any topic, I'm not gonna erase it, because you're basically telling me to erase who I am and how I feel. And if I'm gonna put how I feel in the song, I might as well post about it.
Facts.
But a lot of times I don't speak on a lot of things, but a lot of times I do when I feel it's necessary.
As you should. And I actually really appreciate the honesty with that, because a lot of times, particularly in this industry, people find themselves trying to be politically correct too much, and then they lose who they are. And they just end up being a former shell of themselves. And it's like, well, people didn't like you for that. They liked you for who you were, and now you just end up being.
Now, when you say politically correct wise, can you elaborate what you mean when you say that? Because you know me, I'm very
keeping it trill.
Okay, well, I'll bring up the one thing that I saw. So, you had posted on Facebook a little while back talking about DJs, how DJs they want you to come out and actually promote them or whatever, and be at their events, that they'll play your records almost like you're paying to play.
I don't regret saying anything like that.
And I would not. I'm glad you don't,
and
because I think it's disrespectful.
Like things like that. That's why I love my manager. We agree on so much, and we basically have like a partnership. I wouldn't even call it like that's my manager, but we talk about things like that all the time, because he goes through it as well as a manager, getting DJs to do. But it's not all DJs. That's why a lot of times I choose my words wisely. Some DJs do that to artists, and they make you feel like, oh, well, you don't come out here and you don't come out to here. But it's like, why? I have to pay to get in the club, and then to be political, as you say, as a rapper, especially for dudes. See, I can't even say for female. This is why I feel bad for dudes. You got to go, you got to look a certain way. Yeah. You might got to buy a bottle and draw attention to yourself when your song comes on, so that people could pay attention to you.
Right.
But I feel the other way. Like, if you like my song, you're going to play it, people's going to gravitate to it. Right. And a lot of times DJs don't understand that sometimes they have more power than the artist. Like, yes, it's our job to come and show love to the DJ for playing the record, of course, and get people familiar with your face. But as a DJ, if you play a song 10 times back to back, yo, I'm telling you, this crazy, the generation is gonna gravitate to it. Like, oh, I like this song, whether they even listening to what you're saying or not. It could just be a good hook, and that's what I meant that time about certain DJs.
Yeah, but I mean, like, call people out when they need to be called out, like 100%.
Nice. Okay, so enough about all that stuff. Let's talk about you and your work. Let's talk about you and your projects. So you obviously, you've been moving for a minute. You have projects out. What do you think is your most well-received project to date so far?
My most well-received, I would say, my first solo mixtape. That one is the most.
Well, tell everybody what it's called.
Oh, the Rough Draft.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Rough Draft. That's on Dat Piff. I think that was the most received one, because it was my first solo project. Yeah. And it was so unexpected. Like, it was just a bunch of freestyles, and everybody was like, yo, you could spit. Like, I didn't know you could spit like that. So, yeah, that was my most received. My last one did okay. I didn't do as much heavy promotion. It was just something to throw out, because I haven't thrown out any projects in a long time. So, but definitely my first one. So,
what do you think is most important? I have this conversation almost with every single artist that comes up here now, it seems. What do you think is most important? Having a lot of material out, or having maybe like one material and kind of pushing that for, some set a period of time?
Whatever works for the artist, I would say. Mostly consistency. If you're going to push one single, then be consistent with pushing that single. If you're going to just throw out songs, just throw out songs. But I see it as you could push a single and throw out songs, because you never know. One of your throw out songs people might like more than the one that you're pushing. Like, I saw that on the Dej Loaf interview, she had mentioned that she wasn't pushing Try Me. People just started to like it, and that she had to run with that with her single. So I'm used to pushing a single and throwing out songs here and there. That's what works for me.
Bet. Okay, so let me do this. I sometimes I kind of like store questions for people. I store questions for people, whatever. Cause I think about music all the time. It's part of why I do this. So if you had to, I don't want to use the word rate because I think rate is just something that's gonna put people against each other.
So then judge, perhaps compare.
Who are some of the artists? Who are some of the artists, male or female, that you use as inspiration to get you to where you at today?
Right, lately, honestly, myself. No, I'm not even being conceited. Like my old material, I would listen to, and sometimes I'd be like, "What was I thinking?" And then nowadays, I just try to listen to Pandora, like what's recent, what's hot, just so I can stay in the know. Like, not that I'm trying to copy the sound that's out, but as an artist, you should at least stay in what's happening now. Like, you never know what could work for you until you get your own platform, and then you go your route. I used to listen to a lot of Eminem, Missy Elliott.
Missy,
I was just watching a new video last night. I listen to a lot of R&B. Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole, Alicia Keys. I listen to R&B mostly because it's like they express their feelings more than rappers, I would say. From my opinion. Like
I think I
what
agree,
they go
actually.
through personally, they express it more. And who else? Party Next Door lately. The Weeknd.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think of his recent project?
I like it.
Oh my goodness.
I really
Favorite
like
track?
it. I don't have a favorite track yet.
No, really?
Because I only listened to it like twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I definitely do love it.
And thank you for saying that, because some people come up here and be like, "Yeah, that's my favorite song. I'm my favorite artist," and I'm like, "Okay, well, how much time did you listen to it?" It's like, "Oh yeah, like Mad Times." Yeah, Mad Times isn't a number,
right?
It's not a number. 2 times. I mean, not everybody. People don't have time to be listening.
Yeah,
people don't have time to be sitting down and listening to projects all the time like that. Like,
yeah.
Thank you for not.
You don't. I don't, and I really want to, because I'm like, "What song is this? What song is this?" Like, because I'm in the club and everybody singing everywhere. I'm like, "What song is this?" And I be sitting here like trying to
Shazam.
Like, okay, put it in my notes. Gotta listen to that later. Yeah.
Definitely. No, I'm like that as well. I'm not a big Future fan, and it's so hard. Sometimes I go out to events, and I see people like going crazy.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh yeah,
what song is this?
I be trying to be down like
exactly.
But yeah, I like Future. I just don't understand everything.
Exactly. I don't
understand mumble mouth either, girl.
Yeah. I like Future though.
Okay, so let's get back to your music for a while now here.
Yes.
So you did an interview with DJ Enough. You did like 2 interviews with DJ Enough, matter of fact.
Yes, I did 2 interviews. One, the second one I had to do over because somebody lost the footage for the first one.
Don't you hate that?
Yes.
You hate that? Oh,
yes,
no.
I had to come back in a horrible snowstorm.
Wow.
Horrible.
But you gave him some bars. You gave him some bars. Can you give us some bars?
I'll give you some bars.
Give me a little bars real quick.
I'll give you little bars at the end.
Okay, bet.
Okay, hold me to
we can try and sort out a little rap city something. Get it on camera. Bet. All right. So when you do shows like that, right? Or when you do when you go up to Hot 97 or Power 105, or I mean any station in general, right? What do you look to get from those interviews? What do you expect from? Do you expect to get more social media followers? Do you want people just to hear your music? Do you want people to just know who you are? What are you actually looking for from those interviews?
For myself, respect, and to make my own mark, like to a point where I can call them myself, like, "Hey, I'm coming to the station," or I emailed you a nude record. Tell me what you think about it, like stuff like that. Building connections with the people up there, producers or DJs or whoever have you up there. So that's my goal when I go to the stations.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you a good networker? Because I'm not.
I would say yes. I hit up DJs all the time, tell them thank you for spinning my records. A lot of them usually their reaction, they're so excited because they're like, oh, we never have an artist hit us back or personally. Like, my manager gives me a lot of DJs' numbers personally so I can hit them up. Like, thank you so much. They're like, yo, thank you. A lot of artists think they got it made. They give me a record to play. I don't get a thank you, nothing. So, yeah, I always try to say thank you or, hey, is there any beat out that you like that I could do, whatever. Stuff like that.
Nice. Definitely. I think I do personally think that's the best way to push yourself, because I find that even though on the outside looking in, and even sometimes as you get deeper in, it doesn't look that way, people do want to help, right? It's just that they've been burned so many times, and I'm coming to cope with this now. They've been burned so many times by artists in the past or people that they may have known that they become so cold to new stuff. They become so cold to everything, really, because they feel like someone is trying to get something from them and not, make it an equal trade-off. Not that it has to be a trade-off, but it's like, yo, I really fucks with you, whatever, as an artist. I really fucks with something that you did, can you pass a contact to me? Let me know someone that I should be looking out for. Like, anytime that I interview somebody, whatever, I always ask them at the end, is there any artists that we should be looking out for? Like, should I bring this person on? Should I bring that person on? Like, what should we be looking for? So thank you for that. I'm sure a lot of DJs, like you said, do really appreciate that, because no one wants to just like spin a record and then if the first thing you said to me, whatever, we're gonna, I want to make sure that we promote the interview. Sometimes people come on here, whatever, we do an interview with them, and the interview drops, and
we never hear from them again.
We don't hear from them again. They promo like one time, and I don't see it no more. It's like, oh well, I've been pushing you for this whole week. Like, I spent time editing, shout out to my new engineer, my intern here, Lance. What up? We spent time editing, your audio, editing your video. We didn't do that just for play. Come on now, but yes, again, like I said, thank you for that. I'm not gonna dominate the mic today. I'm gonna pass this to you. IS, what's up?
So, Kyah, well, let us rewind back to women MCs. So, I guess there are two questions I want to ask. First, collaborating with other women MCs, what has been your experience there? Has it been any different from anybody else? Is it a different experience, or do you experience any drama, or what has gone on there in your experience?
Honestly, I never been in a booth with another female rapper at the same time.
Really?
Only singers, yeah.
Okay. Would you be
singers? Because when I write a song and I want it to be somebody to sing it, my homegirl sings, so she will reference it for me, and then I think of who voice would best fit the track. The songs I have with other female rappers, they will already emailed to me, or can you do this, or can you do that? That's how it works. I don't have nothing against it. Just
no, I understand.
I feel from my personal point of view as a female, we just want to get ourselves established first before we can even help a bunch of other females. I love working with other female rappers, but I don't know. It's just we do look out, and because people think it's beef, and it's really not. Like, Remy's cool as shit, and Naili's cool as shit. Naima, Bree, all of those I have a relationship with, or some type of contact with them. But it's just that we gotta work so hard to do our own thing sometimes. It seems like we against each other, but we really not. We really like working together. People's schedules are crazy. Like, Naima and her schedule is crazy. My schedule don't match her schedule sometimes, and we trying to work on a project as well.
Nice,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
So there are projects with you and other women MCs on the horizon.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, can we get release dates by any chance?
No, because that's the thing. We waiting for each other to finish the record. I'm waiting for Remy to get back to me on something. And like I said, Naima and I, we got to figure out what's best for us to get in the studio. Naili goes back and forth from here to Atlanta, and Bree does a lot of touring. So it's like everybody's all over the place. Those are only females that I know personally. That's why I mentioned them.
Yeah, definitely. So you've been in the rap game for a while now. What are 5 pieces of advice you wish you knew starting out?
I wish I knew starting out.
It doesn't have to be 5. It could be 3. But key things that you wish you had in your back pocket before you really knew you wanted to commit to hip hop seriously.
I wish I knew the 5 P's. The proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Oh, see, I've never heard that, but that's so. Can you repeat that one more time? For
proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Okay, who told you that? Where'd you get that?
DJ Self actually told me that.
Oh,
but by that time it was a little too late, and I was just like I said, I started going serious 5 years ago, and that's when I was in a little contract, so I was, a little limelight. I had a van with my face on it. I was doing songs with like Jim Jones and Little Kim and Lloyd Banks or whatever, French Montana. So yeah, Uncle Murder, Rod Diggs. I was just like, oh yeah, it's lit for me. But I was really blinded to a lot. Like I didn't know the ins and outs of the industry and how difficult it really is, especially for a female. And yeah, I wish I knew that before I started out. Yeah, definitely.
What else do I want to add? I feel like I have so many questions going on in my head. I don't even know where to begin.
And to have a manager, somebody you really trust.
Yeah, managers, at least from my experience, because I also shout out to Upcoming Hip Hop. I'm also editor-in-chief at Upcoming Hip Hop.
Okay.
I've had issues with some rappers. I can't name names, of course, but managers are also equally tough and difficult because they're so protective of their artists.
Yes.
Is this your first manager? And if so, how did you find your manager, and how have you two been able to kind of cultivate this relationship where you trust your manager enough to manage your life, essentially?
I would say we met in the situation. I was with DJ Self, the Selfish Music Group, but that was only a 2-year contract. So after that was over, before it was ending, I really didn't care to rap anymore. Like my first year in, I was just like, I gave him my all, and I felt like they were giving up on me. I never really had a management. It was Self was name was on the company, and the other guy involved, he was on it wasn't really a management thing. It was just they owned that music label. And Rich now, that's my manager. He's always been in the picture. Like he's always been around. He's been friends with Self and the other dude for I guess 30, 40 some odd years. And he could tell that, like, I just didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't care to do it. And he was like, no, we're going to get it. This song is dope. I'm telling you. Like, he believed in me more than I believed in myself back then. And after that situation was over, he was like, I really want to continue working things out with you. And I was like, all right, cool. And ever since, I think it's only been a year, actually. A year since he's been my manager, because that's when we had Know Your Name out.
Well, you said all right, cool. Was it a bigger conversation than that? Because
I just summed it up. I was like, okay, yeah. But,
because I know what it's like to kind of like lose that inspiration to do something, and it takes a lot of like digging and I put in all this work, and maybe this could work out, but I don't know. That was my favorite term for a long time. IDK.
I just felt that why, if I have a DJ on my team, aren't the freestyles that I'm doing or songs that I'm making like always being consistently played. But then I found out was a lot behind that when it comes to being a radio DJ. So like a lot of things I didn't know in the beginning, I had to learn.
All right, so let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we're gonna have more with Kyah Baby. Make sure you guys follow her on Twitter at Kyah_baby, on Instagram Kyah Baby
_baby.
Kyah_.
Yeah, I just tell people go to KyahBaby.com because all my icons are right there to click and follow.
So just if you're listening, just go to KyahBaby.com. All her handles are there. Everything is there. Her music, all that good stuff. All of it at KyahBaby.com. All one word.
Shout out to websites, man.
YouTube is there.
Yes, one thing we're definitely gonna talk about when we come back is how much the internet has helped the indie music scene since it's been 2006 or so, 2007. Yeah, so we'll talk about that when we come back. It's the Encore Radio Show. Good morning.
Morning. Coming up on a future episode of the Encore Radio Show.
I just need a bad bitch to cheat on. I look like Don Cheadle. Everything I got has got a sequel. I ride illegal. I'm half man and half regal. I'm past equal, so fuck the ecosystem. If it ain't about my ego, I put my bitch on the ice and now she skating spread eagle. They call me Hendrix, I spread peace and you spread evil. Fuck the penal system, more teaching and less needles. I dreamt this when I was 3. I got power fists on my easel. Sent letters to Rick Perry, told him get up out of office. Hospice couldn't save my Annie, had the Annie up a coffin. Fucking cancer ate her brain up. Same shit they got my nigga Colin headache like a still step. Curb stomp from Seth Rollins and they still step to the depth of when death call me. But don't try to measure the depth of my next offering. I give my whole soul till I'm skin, bones, and a broken body. Pole, and obviously led me to a place where I'm token highly. Mama, I promise all this token get you a token. The vet you always wanted, and a home for me to smoke, and a place for my sister chef at. She birthed a prodigy just like I lived in fucking left right. Now tell me where your head at, nigga.
And welcome back to the Encore radio show. So we're back in the studio still with Kyah Baby.
Yes.
Hey.
Let's see. Where did we last leave off?
Well, we left off talking about the internet. That's what I really wanted to
the
dive
internet.
into.
How the internet has created a new wave of music. How we access music as consumers. And
Absolutely.
Yeah. How rappers
Definitely.
also access their network.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is? I mean, I have my own opinion, but I don't rap. So, what do you think is the most influential piece for the artist using the internet?
Sadly, I would say getting your followers up, even though it should be getting your dollars up.
So sometimes it works hand in hand.
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily.
You got more followers than me, so you tell me. What's up?
You see, I have like 10,000 plus followers, real followers. I don't purchase any followers. I'm too broke for that.
Amen.
And I barely get likes on certain things.
Yeah.
So it's like, just because you have all those followers doesn't mean people really actually support you. And I have that issue a lot, even when it comes to like doing parties. A promoter asks, well, how many people can you bring out?
Yeah.
I'll be like, well, I didn't ask to do this event. You asked me, can I come out to the event?
Facts.
That's not my job. I'm not a party
Facts.
promoter.
Yeah.
I have a difficult time selling tickets to my own show to people that I know or will call a friend or associate.
Why do you think
So-
that is though? Like, you're mad dope.
I have no idea.
You're doing the damn thing, and people are. You think it's because it's New York itself, perhaps, or it's?
I think it's like the eggplant on the bike.
Yo, that is gonna be like this. That's gonna be like one of the signatures for this interview. I'm sure
No,
of it.
eggplant
I'm
on
sure
the
of
bike.
it.
I
Yes.
love it. I'm here for
I
it.
think it's like the eggplant on the bike.
But you're right though. Sometimes
It's true, because I feel like if it's someone huge is headlining and maybe I'm opening up, people will come see me until I get like a big superstar, and then I'm amongst other superstars and people gonna want to love to come out. But for right now, people just don't like coming out. I don't know why.
Do you do a lot of shows, or is it?
Yes, I do. I host a lot of parties. Shows, I haven't been doing a lot, but I have been doing some recently. It has to be, when it comes to New York, from what I see, it has to be a group of people doing something in order for it to be successful.
I find that as well. I was actually very nervous. We just did our first event this past Wednesday.
Oh.
And I was very, I swear, I went, so we talked about posting things on certain networks. I hid on my Snapchat for the whole day, and I was just posting about how anxious I was, how nervous I
I saw
was.
your snaps too, though. He was so cute how nervous he was, though. But it was a success, I think, considering.
A lot of people came out. People I did not know, I didn't know would come out. People did come out. Some people didn't come out as well. People who I do know and who are friends and were like texting me like throughout the whole night. Oh, I'm sorry, this came up and that came up, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, it's no problem. Like, I'm not gonna beef with you because you didn't come out to the event, you know. And it is hard for support. Like, I mean, I've lived in multiple other cities, and not just in America, but outside of America as well. And it is hard for support. And I won't just say that it is specifically for New York, but it does resonate a little bit more in New York, because it's like, you know, living in North Carolina or living in Rhode Island or Connecticut, I can tell you that there's no train that you're gonna hop on to come to my show. You know, you gotta get a ride, and I understand that. Like, we had an artist, shout out to Hendrix, he lives from Dallas, and he's like, yeah, well, you know, we can't do a weekday event because people can't come out to shows or events or whatever during the week. But in New York, it's not really that excuse. Like, MTA run all night, bus and train, you know. So it's kind of like I'm iffy about it, but I do understand. I would wish that you didn't have to go through that. I wish all the artists have to go through that. But I do find that when there are group events with multiple artists, it does help, because you get a chance to see you get a chance to open yourself up to a different crowd.
Yep.
You know, they may not know, like so and so artist may not they may not know you, or vice versa, and you get a chance and you guys can talk back and forth. You know, sometimes a lot of artists, they don't get a chance to sit down face to face with somebody and be like, oh yeah, I heard your music, but I didn't really see you, or let's link up and stuff like that. So pluses and minuses.
Definitely.
How, in terms of connecting with your fan base, like getting a chance to actually like talk to them, they post on your Instagram, you know, do you comment back? They post on your Facebook, do you comment back? Do you interact on Twitter a lot?
Twitter, no, I've been slacking on Twitter. And Facebook, because I can't take ignorance. Like, I really can't. If I didn't feel I quote unquote needed social media, I probably will only have Instagram.
Really? Okay.
But Twitter, usually I try to share whatever I post on Instagram to Twitter and to Facebook. When I do receive private messages, I do respond to them if they're appropriate. Okay. If they're inappropriate, I'm just gonna plain ignore you.
That's fair.
Comments, like if it's something that has a lot of likes or comments on posts, I won't see everybody's comment, you know. But sometimes I try to put thank you everybody, but that's when I like Facebook better, because if I put thank you everybody, you'll get the notification. You're only gonna see thank you everybody on Instagram if I tag you, and that's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. I don't want to be seeming like I'm mean sometimes, but that's a lot to thank you to 35 people. So sometimes if you see, I do put up a post like once a month, like just thank you to everybody that's been supporting me and riding out with me and for whatever, downloading my music, watching my songs, sharing my posts. I do post like that in general. You know, some people still take things personal, but
of course,
generally speaking, I always make sure I thank everybody as much as I can, and I definitely do respond to my fans. Nice.
So, how does your family respond to you as an artist?
They're very supportive, definitely. Some of them are like, it's like a gap in my family. Some of them are either older or they're close to my age.
Okay.
So, yeah, the ones close to my age are very, the older ones are supportive too, but you know, they always like, you know, this music business is shady. You gotta be careful, you know, think of something else you want to do. But they're definitely supportive of anything that I do and helpful if I really do need the help. But, everybody has their own problems in life, so I don't always I don't ever actually go asking for any money when it comes to my music. I just do it myself.
If you couldn't have been a rapper, what else would you have chosen as a life, I guess, profession?
Probably basketball. I played basketball my whole life.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And I got in a car accident and messed up my knee and stuff, so it was like it was like, damn, kind of over for that.
I know all about that. I just got into an accident. It's 7 days from a year today.
Wow.
I was in a car accident. I broke my neck. And people don't realize that. Yeah. And, you know, it's people don't know how life-changing things like that are.
Yeah.
You know, would you have continued, would you have played ball in college, or would you have, see? So people don't understand how life-changing one thing could just throw everything off.
And
I still tried after that, because once I got hit by a car, like before being in a car accident, I was hit by a car, but it wasn't horrible, so I was still good. I still continued to play, but then like on my downtime, I started working, and then that interferes with practices. It was like pay the bills or be broke and play basketball. So that also played a big part in me not continuing to play basketball.
So how I mean, you talked about being broken, continuing playing basketball. Like sometimes as an entrepreneur, and rappers are entrepreneurs as well, people, like, as much as I hate that it's a music business, you know, and that is part of the whole game. Like, you have to have certain funds to do certain things. Do you find that sometimes work compromises things that you want to do in your music?
As of right now, no. Because I'm currently not working. However, I am about to start working again. But anytime, any field I'm involved in, I always let my job know that I do music.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Bold. I love it.
I have to be very honest with them, because, like you said, social media. I don't want it to affect my job, or like, oh, what is this you're doing? Like, they may not like it or whatever. So I definitely let them know that I do music, and I usually try to get a job that allows me to have weekends off.
Nice.
And daytime hours, so that if I do have to do something at night or host a party, I could just go, show my face, go home, go to sleep, go to work.
Yeah. That show face, man. I love that. I love that.
In the past, it affected my music a lot. Like about 4 years ago, I had a nighttime shift. Sometimes I would have to stay overnight if somebody called out, and then I had to work weekends in the morning.
Oh, damn.
So it was kind of like I kind of had like one day off, even though it was 2. I always had a staff meeting every week on my day off. And I had to go. I was so exhausted, and then I missed a lot of things, like interviews like this, podcast shows. I just missed a lot because I had work.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I gotta stick to 9 to 5, weekends off. I get a lot more done.
Straight facts.
Yes.
Straight facts. I feel the same way. I actually left a job, a more lucrative job, matter of fact, to be more consistent with this. You know, I mean, we have always been consistent, but I can tell you for a fact that, yeah, I used to be exhausted. I mean, I'm still exhausted now, but now I can enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just a little
Yeah,
bit
you have to make sacrifices in your life and compromise, because people just like, oh, if you want it, you gotta go, no sleep. Like, no, that's not healthy. You need
not at
sleep.
all.
That's how people crash or fall asleep behind the wheel, or just I sit here, like when we took a break, I'd be here. Like, it's not cool, it's not cute, it's not healthy. Like, you hear certain artists like Rick Ross when he was talking about his conditions because he was doing so much and not getting sleep, and it's really not healthy.
As far as struggle and kind of like persevering through, do you feel as though artists have to go through that? Because I feel like a lot of artists always talk about their personal struggle, and it makes them as a person, them as an artist. Do you feel that artists have to go through some kind of strife to, I guess, have something to either talk about or toughen them up?
No, because you got ghostwriters nowadays, so if you look the part and somebody can write you the part and you could be the part, then to each his own. But no, I don't think so, because a lot of artists will warrant. Biggie Smalls, for example, I watched the documentary on Netflix. It was a Tupac and Biggie Smalls, and they were interviewing his mother. And she was saying that I never let Biggie go to bed without a meal. And he would rap about in his song, like, some nights I didn't eat, this, that, no heat. And she was like, Biggie just was Biggie. Like, he was in the streets, you know, he was doing what he was doing, but I never let him go without a meal. I'm not saying that he's a liar or portraying something that he wasn't, you know. Maybe some days he didn't have enough to eat for himself. Like, he may have felt like, this little ass meal. Like, so that was his way of expressing it. But, no, I don't feel like you have to go through hardships. Because nowadays people glorify things that they don't even have, like a bunch of jewelry and cars and money, and it's like, it's no struggle in that. Or rent it, or it's just, you know, people just want to have a positive mindset a lot of times. So if you could rap about it, like, you'll give somebody hope. Like, I want that one day. Even if you don't have it, like, I want that one day.
Talk to me about this song, Southside. Talk to me. What inspired? Obviously, you're from Southside. It's from Southside, whatever. I think I saw like I don't know whether it was. So it was somewhere on social media. We were like, oh, nah, if you're from Southside, Bronx, Southside, Brooklyn, Bronx, wherever, like you should really rock with this record, whatever. Or you're a hater. So talk to me about the track, whatever. What inspiration does Southside have for you? What does Southside mean to you?
Definitely an inspiration coming from Southside. But I did want to make it a regional record with all Southsides can relate to it, because you know, Lil Wayne reps the Southside, Lil Boozy reps the Southside out in New Orleans or whatever. So it's like it's a Southside everywhere. So the second verse I had some Queens references, but the first and third and some of the second is anywhere, any Southside, and actually any hood. You could be from North Side, West Side, East Side. Any hood can relate to it, but I definitely got the influence from Southside. I never really lived in the 40 Projects for a long time. I stayed there for a few months off and on at my grandmother's house. And I always was just over there, like around. I've seen so much. I've been through so much there. I learned a lot there. You hear a lot there. And it's definitely... if you there, it'll change your life. Like, it teach you how to steal, kill, rob, survive. So definitely I learned a lot from Southside. That's definitely where the inspiration came from in that song.
So the hip hop culture itself, right? I like to classify it, and I mean, I'm sure other people do. I don't want to just kind of quote this on myself, but a lot of people classify it as a voice of the people. A voice of the people. I mean, almost in the sense that the voice of the oppressed, right? A lot of that has to do with survival. A lot of it has to do with, going from trying to make shit work, paycheck to paycheck type stuff, whatever. Like, I am hungry at night, whatever, or I'm not getting enough sleep, but I'm trying to grind. I watched something the other day. It really was like some asshole shit, but basically someone referenced to like $85,000 a year as a lot of money, which shit, I don't make $85,000 a year, so that is a lot of money to me. And someone said, "Oh yeah, that's cute. That's not a lot of money." And I'm like, whoa, this is a different lifestyle to what many people live. So how do we, as curators of hip hop music or hip hop in general, how do we find a way to explain to people who don't understand hip hop that this is our way of life and this is what we're trying to express to you?
I don't know. I think probably doing more movies. Like Straight Outta Compton was the movie of the year.
Facts.
And when I went to go see it, I saw it late. I saw it way late, like a month late. But when I finally got to see it, the movie theater was predominantly Caucasians.
Really?
And
Okay.
I was really shocked. But at the same time, I was like, I appreciate people like that who come out and get to want to learn.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, come on. You were listening to NWA. I highly doubt that, they were listening to NWA and Eazy-E and Ice Cube and all of them back in the day.
Right.
So, I think if we start putting more of a positive message, the way we use our words, even myself, the way I choose to use my words sometimes, would definitely help people get the picture of the oppressed or why it is the way it is or why certain people do the things they do.
Do you feel like it would be compromising yourself or your music to kind of simmer it down when in actuality the people who live it actually understand every single word you're talking about?
No.
Why?
I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. I think I've been through a lot. So definitely what I'm saying is I've been through it. So people can relate to it. I do have a song actually. It's called Night and Day. It has nothing to do with me. But I'm telling it in you would think it's a third person point of view because after I recorded it, the engineer was like, "Yo, that's about you." And I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh my God, I was sitting here tearing. I was about to give you a hug." Yeah, like it's a deep song. I was like, "Nah, it's not."
You gotta tell us about it. Come on.
So it's a persona song then.
It's called Night and Day. It's pretty much about like each verse. I talk about certain years of a girl's, like from when she's like 12 to when she's like 16 and when she's like 21. I pretty much explain about her having a bad life, her mother, having men in and out, getting raped, different men touching her. She's younger, so I made her be attracted to an older guy who was really no good, but she didn't know any better because her mother wasn't a good example. It's pretty much a song like that. So that has nothing to do with me, but I know some girls that can relate to it. I know some girls that can relate to it. I can't pinpoint one girl like the whole song is about her, but I know several different girls that can relate to some part of that song. So
what was the feedback like on that song?
I didn't put it out yet.
Okay. Oh, I'm waiting
Exclusive.
for that.
Yeah, I didn't put it out yet. I might save that for an EP because it's really deep.
Okay.
I didn't put it out yet.
How long ago did you record it?
Shit, I'll say about 3 years ago.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So then what gave you the inspiration
Was
for all that?
2015. Yeah, I think 2012 I did it.
Okay.
It came with the hook. And the hook was from what movie is that? Set It Off.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It came with that sample. So I was like, how can I flip this song and make it a little touchy? I didn't want to make it, so rough and hip hoppy about robbing a bank. So I just flipped it. Like the beat, the tempo, the hook, that's what I got from it.
How do you hold on to a song? I did ask someone else this question, whatever, and they said, I asked Diamond Dozen this question, matter of fact, and he said that, we're at a place right now where holding on to music is so hard. How do you hold on to a song that good for 3 years?
So I feel like it's a time and a place. I feel like if I put it out now, it's gonna get overlooked. I feel like when I have a bigger platform, it's gonna be a great song. It's gonna be a great message.
Yeah,
I respect
And yeah, I just feel like it's a time that record. Like when you make timeless songs as an artist, and by timeless I mean like Doodle Brown, for example. That song was way ahead of its time. It was a hit back then, and you put it on right now still, and everybody like, oh, gotta find a dancing partner. Like, so I'm not saying that's a good motivational song, but it's a timeless record. That's what I mean when I say something timeless. Like I feel Drake makes a lot of good timeless songs. Like the songs that he has from years ago is still good now. The Know Your Name song I put out, I feel like it was so dope. We wanted to put it out, but I feel like I put it out too early because I really do feel like that's a good barbecue song. It's a wedding song. I just feel like it was overlooked. The video got it a lot of listens.
Okay, fair enough. So, how important are visuals to you?
Very important.
Okay.
Very important because, like I said, the visuals for Know Your Name. Featuring Yobi on that also got a lot of good feedback. Like people love that video, and people like, that video's so dope. Where you was at? That's a good camera. And that stuff, like as an artist, I didn't even pick up a lot of that stuff a lot of times. I feel like if your video is good quality and it's, it keeps my attention, then it's a dope video.
Yeah. And I like storylines. I like storylines.
Me too.
I don't like watching videos and the damn thing just on me. It's just like a bunch of scenes and cut scenes. And I was like, following this or no?
My Nothing New video didn't really have a storyline, but I liked it because the location was so different. I saw a video. Who was it? Oh, Justin Bieber put out the video not too long ago. I want to think like a week or two ago, and the video, I couldn't pinpoint where he was, and I didn't even know if he was even in the damn country. If I had to guess, I'd say it was like Ireland or someplace in like Washington State. It was just mad trees and mad greenery. It wasn't even that. It was just regular video. And I was like, yo, this shit is dope. Like I like visuals. Like I think a video sometimes should take you someplace. Yes.
Should take you someplace literally.
That's why I love Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
A new video for WTF is definitely dope. And it doesn't even stand for what the fuck. It stands for where they from. That's why I love Missy. Like her creativity. Like people will argue me down like, but she don't got bars. I'm like, so what? Like she has bars first of all, but she don't have to have punchline bars. But she has bars and it's dope. She's dope. Nobody will ever. It would never be another Missy Elliott.
Right.
Like, and that's such a great thing. Like she's such an idol. Not to say that Nicki and Kim aren't idols, but they always get compared to each other. You never hear nobody say, here go another Missy Elliott. Like it's
never.
You hear, oh, she another Fox. Oh, she another Kim. Oh, she another Nicki. You never hears another Missy, ever. And she's really a dope artist.
So, talking about comparisons, who have you been compared to as an artist?
Everybody except Missy.
Wait, how would someone compare you to like Lil' Kim? What the...
I don't know. Actually, I've never got compared to Little Kim.
I'm about to say.
Nicki, yes. Fox, yes.
No.
Left Eye before, yes. That's about it.
Would you feel like you're closer to Left Eye? Because I don't see Foxy Brown. I don't see Nicki Minaj at all. What?
I think the Nicki thing might be somewhat.
I think
it's a South Side Queens thing.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
I think the funny thing is when I asked the question about your style, it was originally because I was thinking about Left Eye. Like I think that's the most. That's where I would compare you to the most, or who I would compare you to the most. I get that the most.
When I was Loke Dog for Halloween, people thought I was Left Eye. Some people thought I was Left Eye.
Yeah. I just think that in terms of being comfortable with who you are, that's something that Left Eye was a master of, and I think you definitely are right along those same lines as well.
Yeah, a little nutcase. She was so crazy. She was so much.
Too wild.
She was like the female Tupac.
yes.
The crazy ass shit.
Yes. She was definitely the female Tupac.
So what producers are you accustomed working with, and what producers do you want to work with in the future?
Definitely my boy Lee on the beats. I worked with him a long time ago. He came such a long way. He works with DJ Kyah now.
Nice.
He signed to the We the Best. Right now I work with my producer Nate. I've been working with him for about 3-4 years. He did my whole last mixtape. Every beat on there is from him. And we have a bunch of songs, like how you say you don't put out. We have a bunch of songs I never put out. I definitely want to work with Timbaland, Dre, Mike Will, definitely. Give me a little DJ Mustard beat. And I don't know. I like working with other upcoming producers because they really have great beats, and those producers are good to get now because they really haven't found their sound yet. So you'll have a different sound when you have a new song.
Which is perfect. Which is perfect. I think that with producers, I don't know. I've always been enamored with producers because I find that there are no words on their tracks. This is this is literally how they feel in a sonic form. So either you like it or you don't. And sometimes, obviously, people like they hop on a sound that doesn't belong to them, and eventually. And I mean, I feel like it's the same way with artists as well. Like artists, they got a flow from someone that else they heard, and they have other flows, and eventually the flow becomes theirs. Based off of how they've tweaked it to themselves. I agree. I think that it's the same way. But I do like producers that are out there. I'm big on production. I'll sit down and listen to a beat tape all day.
No, beats are definitely a whole another dimension.
What are some beats that you really like to? Are you more of a boom bap, or what do you want?
I like storytelling beats.
Okay.
I think a lot of producers know that because a lot of producers send me that, but I don't like to get too stuck into it. I'm not too big on party beats. I try, but I'm not too big on. I like them, but that's not me. Like I can't. It's hard for me to make a party song.
So no trap beats or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I do trap beats.
Okay.
I do trap beats.
So then how do you find a storytelling? I've never even heard that term, storytelling beat. How do you find...
It's so hard to explain if you're not really a rapper.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
It's like you just feel it. Like, oh, this is about to be a deep song. Like something like that. But if somebody ruins it, it's like...
Is it like with Kendrick's song, Sing About Me, I'm Dying to Thirst, like that beat?
I'm not really sure if I know that song. How's it go?
Don't ask me to say it. But you know a song, and when the light shines in, and it's my turn to settle down. You know that song from Good Kid, Mad City?
No.
Okay. All right. Damn. Okay. Well, when you listen to it, let me know if you think that's a storytelling beat, because I feel like that is.
I'm trying to think of a beat that might be considered a storytelling. See, if you guys heard this song, you would know what I was talking about.
You gotta send it to us. I love hearing music. I love hearing music.
All right, like a Quiet Storm. That's something I would call a dark beat.
Okay.
I like beats like that. It's not really a storytelling beat, but it's dark and you still get the hip hop feel of it.
So basically something that when you listen to, it's not too overpowering. It's something that people can enjoy the beat, but also know that there are words that they're going to be attached to that you actually need to listen to.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'd rather say like a dark beat.
Okay.
Rather than storytelling, because all songs mostly are storytelling if you think about it being literal. But I guess dark beats. I really like dark beats. Trap beats I like too.
Nice. Okay. So a couple of months ago now, I guess at this point, Stro, formerly known as Astro, went to Hot 97. He had an interview with Ebro in the morning. Yeah, and Ebro basically told him that if you're not moving in the club, we can't put you on radio because people are not asking for you, So with you not being able to make or you not liking to make like a party record, how do you feel like you are going to progress in the city here? Do you feel like you may have to leave the city or?
No, I can make party tracks. I have several of them. I just don't. That's not what I focus on. Like, oh my gosh, let me knock out 10 beats for this party, and whatever one the DJ likes, they like. No, if I hear a beat and I feel like it could go crazy in the club, then yeah, I'll definitely do it. But sometimes I feel like I don't do the beat justice because that's really not my department because I'm not in the club a lot. When I feel like for me as an artist, I just rap about my experience. So when I do start going out more, traveling more, going to a bunch of parties and seeing how people party in different cities and states, then I'll probably get the gist of it a little more. But for right now, I just know how to talk about what I'm going through or what I would like to achieve sooner or later.
Nice.
Sooner than later, actually.
Yes. Man.
Do you agree with Ebro though? What he said about like you need to be popping in the
Yes,
clubs
and I'm actually happy that he said it, and not an artist, because if an artist says it, it's like she just mad, she don't get her record player, or he just mad. But being that he's in the business, he knows it's true. If you're not hot in the club, the DJs don't, like, you gotta think at the end of the day it's still a competition amongst DJs too. They want to know, like, yo, whose song is this? I gotta get this record. I want to play it. I don't want to seem like I'm following every other DJ. I gotta play this record before other DJs start playing it. So yeah, that's definitely, Ebro wasn't lying.
But you only really hear that competition in the club. Like like if you go to multiple clubs and you listen to multiple DJs, you may hear authentic hip hop shit there. But when these same DJs playing on the same two hip hop stations we got here in the city, and they playing the same shit, you know, that's I mean, from a fan of hip hop music, that is frustrating to me. That's why I don't listen to the radio like that. I don't even have to be honest. I don't even have a radio in my house. I have I listen to a lot of indie shows. I'm on SoundCloud every day. Heavy. Okay. I'll start with an artist that I know, whatever, and I'll just hit play. I'll let SoundCloud take me wherever the hell they take me, and I just kind of like run with it. And that's kind of how I actually ran into you. Nice. You know, so like I after I looked you up, after I heard your music, whatever, I looked you up. I saw that you knew Nate Riches, and I was like, oh shit, like yo, you know, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, no Nate. I'm like, oh yeah, it's bet, like, cause I know Nate don't put on nobody he don't like, so it was just like straight love after that, whatever. And I reached out and shout out to you and your manager for both getting back to me. I appreciate that a lot. So what's going on for 2016?
Definitely, I want to put out an EP. Before then, I want to just throw out a mixtape because, like we spoke about earlier, when I'm pushing a single, I really forget sometimes. Well, I don't per se necessarily forget. It just I don't have time sometimes to work on a mixtape. But right now, I definitely want to knock out a little freestyle mixtape. Maybe 8, no more than 10 freestyles, old beats, like classics. I was definitely going to get this video done for Southside. But for 2016, I definitely want to work on putting out an EP. Definitely dropping my next single in January. Has G Lloyd on it.
Okay.
Eli Groves. I don't know if you heard him. He's a singer. It's Grove or Groove, one or the other. Okay. He's definitely a dope upcoming singer too. And just take it from there. Keep doing these shows. Definitely gonna travel more though.
That was my next question.
I'm definitely gonna travel more. Reach these other stations that's been playing me. Albany, definitely Philly. Go back to New Orleans. They show a lot of love out there. Yeah. And definitely hit up Miami, go record out there. Got an artist, Lana, out there. She's a singer as well I'm going to work with. Nice. And, like when I go out, I just got to make sure I'm recording or working or going to stations and saying what's up to the DJs, thank you to the DJs or whatever. So I'm definitely going to do a little tour.
Nice.
A little tour.
Nice. I really like I feel like an artist can be successful locally. I feel like that can happen, you know, certainly over time, whatever, consistency, that can happen.
Definitely.
I find that for an artist to go national, like a lot of, like some artists do really want to go national. Some are very comfortable with where they at, but some want to go national. You got to leave your state. You know, I'm not saying be out of here for 6 months to a year and come back and nobody here in New York ain't seen you in all that time. You know, 2 weeks here, there, whatever, go to a show, talk to some people, record with some local artists, come back, hit another place, all blah. I know it's hard, and I know it takes a lot of time and money and whatnot to organize, but you know, these are things that this is people's lives. You know? People live hip hop, people live to be an artist. You know,
it's all about investing in yourself wisely. Right? And people would just like, invest in yourself, and people get the wrong idea, like, okay, I spent all my money on this and now I'm flat broke on what I'm gonna do.
I'm about 20,000 followers on Instagram. People gonna love me. Actually,
no, that's not how that works. Actually,
definitely investing in yourself as an artist is definitely a must. A must, like wisely. Also, not just blowing it. Video. If you need to do a video, do your video. If you gotta find something, cheap that looks very fashionable to put on, do that. But artists kill themselves trying to keep up with the Joneses and get a video and pay to put it on blogs, that's a lot of money. And then that also stops you. It hinders you from being consistent because now you have to get your money back up. So if you didn't make no money from the last project, it's like now you got to wait to do something again because you spent so much on the last project.
It's difficult. It's difficult, and it can certainly test your will. But I really do appreciate the years you put into the game so far, and the years that you will put into the game.
Yes, thank you.
In the future, I really,
I definitely will.
I don't talk to. I.S. Jones was telling me yesterday, matter of fact, that she's like, you know, why? Well, I think yesterday or this morning, matter of fact. Yeah, she's like, why? She's like, the Encore radio show, they bring on extraordinary talent, and I'm like, you know, I wouldn't use the word extraordinary. You know, I like to bring on people that I really like to listen to. You know, like I know been putting in work or whatever, and I mean, and I have no problem. Like I'm the second set of artists, matter of fact, that we had on this season, they were 3 18-year-olds from Brooklyn. You know, I don't just look for people who've been in the game 5 years, 10 years down the line, whatever. I feel like I know talent, and if someone who feels like they feel like I don't know talent, well, fuck you. But I feel like I know talent, you know, and I feel like I know like my style, and all I want to do for this show at the very least, whatever, is show people like, hey, this is the style I like. These artists I like, whatever. And here, you know, do you like it too?
I appreciate that. As an artist, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
A lot of artists don't.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you guys who've been on the show so far. So for those who listening now, we recording this now. It is November the 14th. You guys will probably hear this sometime the second week in December or so. And this is more like my end of year speech, basically. We love you all.
Yeah. The holidays are upon us.
Yeah.
So pretty much, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're so grateful for how exceptional you are. Grateful to chop it up with you.
Yes, thank you. You guys were a great, interesting interview.
Thank you, and thank you for being honest. Because people be coming here and just be lying. Do they?
Oh my goodness!
No,
you gotta be hella shady though.
Listen, in this business, people have jobs, and their jobs is to get your information. So they can know what to ask you. I'm not going to go to the next show and be like, yeah, so I heard that you said. And I'm like, when? Or they might try to ask you the same question. I give a different answer. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. All right, folks. Well, it's the Encore Radio Show here with Kyah Baby.
Baby.
So, KyahBabyMusic.com or Kyah Baby?
No, KyahBaby.com.
KyahBaby.com.
I've been telling you. YouTube is Kyah Baby Music. That's why I just tell people go to KyahBaby.com because they're gonna get confused. Like, it's an underscore, it's the music. KyahBaby.com. Everything is there. SoundCloud link. The player actually is there.
Oh, nice.
Look on the next
the
level.
YouTube little box is there, but at the top, the very top in the right hand corner, it has every icon.
And it works on mobile as well. I was on it this morning.
Hey, holla.
All right, folks. It's the Encore Radio Show. Good morning.
Good morning.
The Encore Radio Show is an indie creative network production, recorded at Redbird Studio and executively produced by Cris Copastetik.